Ken Whiting here with yet another in-depth, unbiased gear review. And in this video, I am testing this sucker right here. This is Sea Eagle's brand new EZLite 10 inflatable kayak. First things first, let's get this thing pumped up, and I'm gonna tell you a bit more about it before I hit the water and take it for a test drive. Sea Eagle's new EZLite 10 inflatable kayak has a starting retail price of $899 US, and it comes with a backpack, a pump, a paddle, and a repair kit. It's 10 feet long, it's 32 inches wide, it weighs only 28 pounds with the seat, and it has a capacity of 325 pounds. It's designed to be used in almost all conditions. The kayak is made up of two primary air chambers, the floor and the sides. It has a safety layer on the bottom of the kayak for added protection, and includes Sea Eagle's new Flex Brace 2 foot pegs. It has a removable skeg. It has 5 carry handles, 2 on each end, 2 on the sides, and 1 in the middle. Bow and stern bungees. It has a unique V-shaped hull. It's made from a sun and saltwater resistant material. It comes with a quality nylon reinforced backpack that stores all you need. It also comes with a seat, and the model of seat you get depends on the package you buy. And it's entirely made of drop stitch construction, which allows you to pump it up to 10 PSI. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, first glance and first feel, I'm liking what I see and feel. I mean, there's some really neat things here. I mean, all drop stitch construction means it's very rigid. It should perform very well. On top of that, it's only 28 pounds. I mean, this thing is, it's not feather light, but pretty darn close. Pretty sure this is the same weight as Sea Eagle's previously lightest kayak, the 330. But with the drop stitch constructions, the foot braces, the seat, this has got a whole lot more to it. I think I'm gonna really like this boat, but we'll soon find out. What I'm most interested in trying out is the V-hull that's on this thing. That V-hull should allow this boat to paddle faster and hold a course better. I do expect it'll give up a little performance or stability, but that's why I need to get this boat on the water and test it. So I'm gonna stop talking, stop sweating hopefully, and start paddling. Well, there you have it. Gave the EZLite 10 a good solid test on the Ottawa River. And here is what I can tell you about this kayak. And let's start, like I always do, with portability. It's a portable kayak. It better get high marks for portability. It does. But I actually want to give it special recognition because it truly is highly portable. The reason for that is two things. For one, 28 pounds with the seat, 26 pounds just for the boat. You know, with the backpack, the pump, everything, you're probably looking at 32 pounds, let's say. Highly portable with the backpack. That's easy to get around. 28 pounds, just the boat and seat. It is so easy to move this thing around. Anybody can carry this boat on their own. And with 5 grab handles, the center grab handle, so you can carry it like a suitcase. But the side of this boat is, you can just pinch it. It's just so easy to carry. I'll leave it at that. The second reason I really give it high marks for portability is because the backpack that this boat comes in is a really high quality backpack. I mean, as far as portable kayaks go, it's a nice backpack. And it has enough space for everything. When I say everything, I mean it has enough space in it for the boat, the seat, the pump, everything. comfortably too. You don't need to be a ninja to figure out how to pack everything back up into the bag. It has that little bit of extra space so you can be lazy, which I am when it comes to packing up boats. So top marks for portability. Moving on, let's talk about performance. This is a 10-foot kayak. No 10-foot kayak was ever built with high performance in mind. And that's because longer kayaks are higher performing. They're going to go faster. You get a 10-foot kayak because you want something that's more maneuverable, smaller, and easier to manage. But what Sea Eagle tried to do with this boat is make a 10-foot easy to manage kayak also perform well. Did they do the job? Well, yeah. For a 10-foot kayak, you know, you have to, it's not as fast. It's not as high performing as a lot of longer kayaks, but for a 10-foot kayak, it performs very, very well. It does carry reasonable speed, good speed for a 10-foot kayak. The V hull does its job. It tracks. That combined with the big single removable fin on this boat, it really tracks well. As soon as you stop paddling, it doesn't just spin out like so many kayaks do. It just glides in a straight line. And again, not nearly as well as a sea kayak glides when you stop paddling, but for a 10-foot hard shell or portable kayak, it does a good job. It performs very well. Now, performance has to be balanced somewhere, and it usually, nearly always, comes at the cost of stability. So how stable is this kayak? Well, it's a 32-inch wide kayak. And so just because of that extra width, it's going to be a stable kayak. And it is a stable kayak. Is it the most stable feeling 32-inch wide kayak? No, I can't say that. Did I feel unstable at any point? Absolutely not. This is the kind of kayak, it's a recreational kayak. It's a kayak that anybody can sit in and feel peace of mind, comfort. There's no lack of stability. Now, comfort. A few things to talk about with regards to comfort. For one, the seat. This seat doesn't come with the base model, the $899 package. This comes with the $950 package. That's an upgrade with a better seat, in my opinion, and a better quality paddle, not this paddle. But it's definitely, in my opinion, an upgrade worth doing. Get the $950 package, get this high back seat. This high back seat, once you figure out, the positioning with very simple to adjust the straps, it doesn't have like a big, thick, soft pad on the butt. And so, yeah, you know what you could do is get like one of those air mattress pads and put it on your butt for added comfort. If you're going to spend a long day of like 3 hours or more on the water, but otherwise totally comfortable. Lots of back support for paddling and for lounging with this seat. The other thing that you get with this boat, which you don't get with a lot of other portable 10-foot boats, is real foot braces. And now these things, when I say real foot braces, I'm talking about foot pegs that you can press on when you're paddling and get extra power from. A lot of inflatables have makeshift little, to be honest, half-ass foot pegs. These aren't. These are genuine foot pegs. Now, they have a couple of their other models that have these foot pegs. And one of the problems with these foot pegs was that they were challenging to put in. It took a little bit of work and you had to figure out the technique to get them in. They changed that. With this new system, it is so easy to install these foot pegs, and they're highly adjustable, just like that. Boom. So I love it. I've got the foot pegs up high just because I like having the weight on the balls of my feet. You could actually change the foot pegs so to have it lower too. It really is a matter of preference, but love the foot pegs. Otherwise, the only, I'd say, downside for comfort would be the walls of this kayak on the side here. They're low, and so in order to support the outside of my legs are quite splayed out, and so for some people that might not be the most comfortable position. If it was a little higher here, it would provide support higher, and for me, it would be a bit more comfortable position. So what I might even do is carve out a piece of foam to provide a little bit of support there. I don't know if I'd bother doing it. If I was going for long paddles regularly, I probably would come up with a system there to support my legs from on the outside there. But anyway, that's a small thing that I did notice. I think that's all I got to say about comfort. Is it a comfortable boat? Yeah. Is it perfect? No, not many boats are. So that brings us to, who is this kayak for? Now, quite simply, I would say that this is a great kayak for somebody who is going to spend the majority of their time in flat or relatively flat water. When I say relatively flat water, this boat can go into bigger lakes, even onto the ocean on relatively calm days when you don't have a lot of wind or big waves coming in or big, surf to break through. And there's a few reasons for that you don't want to take this into really rough conditions. The nice thing is that it's inflatable. And so even if you take a wave over top, a big one, and fill this thing right up, you're not going to sink. You're still going to float just fine. It's just going to be hard to paddle. And it doesn't have any drain plugs. So that water's in here until you get it to shore and dump it or bail it out. And that's a really slow process. Or if you have a bilge pump, but you're probably not going to be carrying a bilge pump in a kayak like this. That's why it's not great for real rough conditions. It doesn't, even though you're fine if it swamps, you're going to be left with a swamped kayak until you can unswamp it. The other thing that actually is worth noting, if you get any significant waves, this boat doesn't have a lot of rocker. And that means it's pretty flat when you look at it from the side. And so that bow of this kayak, when waves come in, if you hit waves straight on, those waves are going to, that bow is going to pierce the wave, and the wave is going to come and break into the kayak. So you get if the waves are very big at all, this boat is going to swamp quite easily. And then you have to get it to shore and unswamp it. And so it's not a boat designed for rough conditions, but it can handle them if you end up there. But don't go there. This is a boat for flat water, for water that can get mildly rough. It could definitely handle current, like fast moving water. Would I take it into class 2 whitewater? No, I wouldn't. It would just swamp and it'd be hard to move around, hard to deal with. Class 1, riffles, swifts, absolutely. So there you go, a breakdown of what kind of paddling this is really for. Other than that, the weight of this thing makes it for somebody who really values a light and highly portable kayak. And the great thing is that I don't think it comes at the cost of anything else. You're getting a lighter kayak, but you're not sacrificing durability or performance or anything like that because it's lighter. No, you're just getting a big bonus of a lighter kayak. So it's definitely for somebody who wants a lighter kayak and someone who, they don't want the fastest kayak in the world. They're not looking to cover huge distances. Even though this does really well for a 10-foot kayak, it's not designed for doing miles and miles and miles of paddling. It is designed for someone who wants to actually have a fun paddling experience, but they're not going to go on major missions. Value. This is where I am really impressed with this kayak. Now, I am impressed with Sea Eagle kayaks in general, with the value you get from them. And that's why I've reviewed every model of kayak that they have, because it's a kind of kayak that I'm happy to recommend to the right person. It's more a matter of matching the person to the right kayak. If this is the style of kayak you're looking for, this is another kayak. Definitely, I think provides tremendous value. In fact, this could be potentially the best value of all the Sea Eagle boats. Under $1,000 for a full drop stitch construction kayak that only weighs 28 pounds, has foot pegs, has a performance seat. You know what? If it's for the type of paddling that you're interested in, then you're gonna be hard pressed to find a kayak that gives better value than this boat. So there you have it, a full breakdown of the new EZLite 10 by Sea Eagle. overall, 2 thumbs up, absolutely. Is it for everyone? Absolutely not. Is it for you? Well, only you can make that choice. I get a lot of questions about what's the right kayak for them. And so I've got some videos coming out that you need to stay tuned for, or maybe you're watching this and they're already out. I'm doing a full video about how to choose a kayak, and I'm doing a full video about how to choose the right inflatable or Sea Eagle kayak in particular, because I've reviewed each of the Sea Eagle kayaks in depth. I've spent some good time in them. A lot of people have asked which one, and so you know what? Simplest thing for me to do, I'm creating a video that breaks it down. I actually shot the video, and then this thing just came out, and so I'm going to update it with this boat. So I'll leave a link in the description box down below to those videos. Otherwise, I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, well, even if it hasn't, give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and subscribe to Paddle TV if you haven't already. And do stay tuned, because I got a ton more gear reviews, paddling tips, and paddling adventures coming your way.